Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan Abair and this is where I share my insights. And today I'm talking about the deepest secret, which is not a secret once you figure it out, but more like a misunderstanding. It's an understanding that there is only one source, and what once appeared as an outer source is an illusion. Stick around. If you are a careful observer and you get still enough, what you find is that everything arises. Anger arises, hunger arises, thirst arises. Urges arise. Even words arise. But things seem to come so quickly we don't observe carefully enough about where they come from. We don't realize that all of these feelings that we have, emotions and thoughts, and you just want to consider it all abstractions. You want to consider it energy. We don't realize where it comes from, even the so-called dark energy. The bad things, the not so pleasant things. And we develop this notion of things out there that are a direct cause of what seems to be arising from me. Even another person who seems to have betrayed you, hurt you, done something malevolent or duplicitous to you. If you pause long enough and really get at where negative emotions come from, you can notice that people cannot give you feelings. But we use language like, "You make me so mad. You hurt my feelings." And you begin to realize that the source of your feelings are you. You noticed something rise up in you and you didn't quite catch that it rose up in you. It felt as though the feeling was given, made by the actions of another person. And that's not true. Somehow the brain interpreted it, and we get a hold of it somehow and twist it around. That is not to say you're not picking up on someone else's energy. But even that is a little deceptive, because are you really picking up on their energy? Or is that energy being manufactured in you? It's hard to tell the difference between a reaction and an action, for example. Am I reacting to what's happening to me from the outside? Or is that every bit the same as an action? And we're confused. If my ego does something and I react, how is that any different than if my spirit acts from intention. It's me the whole time, right? But there is a difference between getting caught up in the perception that life is happening to me. That is so, friends, that is so hard to understand. That nobody is betraying you, leaving you, hurting you. These feelings arise coincidentally with the actions of other people. Which is to say that cause and effect are the same, you see. It's a fine line to say that the behavior of another person is directly responsible for my feelings. No. I refuse to believe that. I say I am directly responsible for my feelings, and I govern it by paying attention to myself. And spirituality, so-called spiritual, there is no difference between the spiritual and the physical world. Those are both concepts. I am trying to get you to pay attention to reality, which is that these feelings simply spontaneously arise from seeming nothing. The world arises out of nothing. And you are responsible for it, either implicitly or conceptually or intentional or unintentional. You are responsible. You are the creator of the world. There is only one source. There's no outside source. Look, I have a feeling I know what somebody out there is thinking. What about somebody punches you, stabs you, pinches you? Pain is created in the brain. Pain is some internal phenomenon, even if it appears as if it's coming from the so-called outside. So one could arguably say in your entire world is crafted or generated or originated internally, which means you are the direct source of life. And what appears to be happening to you is some deep metaphysical phenomenon that I don't quite understand, but that I'm responsible for. In the same way, I'm responsible for shining the sun right now. I don't know how it's done. I don't know how anything is done. And when I understand that it's all happening from me, all things come from me, and a thing is a think. The country is a thing. The United States of America is a thing. It's a thought. Money is a thought. God is a thought. Talking about reality is a substitute for reality. But we prefer graven images for some reason. We prefer pictures and talking about events that have already happened rather than just simply immersing ourselves in the event and enjoying it as it comes and goes. Imagine having a wedding and your photographer forgets to show up. Rather than just enjoying the wedding and letting it be a spontaneous event that comes and goes in a flash, you have to have a record of it so you can go back and relive. That's the way people experience reality. We relive it through words, through pictures, through symbols and graven images. And that's what God is to a lot of people. It's this God out there in the sky. In the same way as my sense of reality is lived through pictures and stories. And I know it sounds like I'm trying to describe reality, but reality cannot be spoken of. Reality is. Source is. And when you fine-tune to the frequencies of the gut, you get two worlds. You get the world you were living in your head, which most people are trapped in, which is reactive, reliving, retelling of the past. And you get this intuitive gut, which is governing the moment, and it's preeminent, and it always has a green light on it. The gut intuitive, non-vocal resonance always is green light. And if you live from that, meaning you're always moving, you're always evolving, you are never being stopped, and you are unlimited. The green light, if you check down in there, the green light is always all systems go. Everything is working. The red light is up here. No, I can't. These people are in my way. This is my enemy. This is my obstacle. This is why I can't. The people who live here are going to argue for their limits. People who live in the green light, into the kingdom of heaven, into this wonderful realm where you cannot be stopped, do not trust these eyes. They trust the eyes, the I, as in I am. What these eyes see are the most immediate past. Something is preeminent and goes before me. It is still I, but it's a part of me that is way ahead. Effortless. And is always saying yes. And people who live in the mind and in the physical world see stop signs everywhere. It's all red. So what do when they ponder a decision? They ask the experts. They ask their friends. They consult a menu. They look outside for every possibility. And then the mind starts calculating. How do I do this? How do I do this? No. Oh, no, I can't. No. Meanwhile, those of us who have connected to the primordial, non-vocal, still, deepest secret have realized that life is always saying yes. And we've learned not to trust these, and we've learned not to trust the mind. And your journey is moving from this trap to this freedom. That I am the source. You are the source. And source is everywhere. And that the entire world is generated by you. Observer and observer are one. You are the universe. And the universe gets wherever it wants to go, despite the obstacles that seem in the way. But obstacles are evidence. And evidence is physical matter, and physical matter is in the past. The real matter at hand is that you are the source, easily breezing through everything that the mind says no to. So what is the deepest secret? The deepest secret is the stillness, this deep softness, just relaxing into it. And the deeper you go, you create a tectonic shift in the deep waters of the sea, and that creates a tsunami. And that wave travels for a long time before it breaks the surface. So your shift deep down inside will create a tsunami, and that wave comes up and you ride it like a surfer. And then you ride another wave. And then you ride another wave. Because it always seems like some people have this knack for creating magic. and riding the wave of success, because that's what it is. They figured out nothing's stopping them. But you don't dominate the source. You don't lord over it. You're like a surfer waiting on the beach, and you realize these connective insights are creating tsunamis, and you're just waiting for that wave. The stupid people go out on their surfboard and paddle like a dog. They try to stand up on the still water, and they sink. It's not until you realize this deep, substantive wave has shifted and created a tsunami waiting. You know that that's going to happen. And that's why people say, my business took off. My relationship got off the ground. It's this feeling of an updraft just taking you effortlessly. But you have to know how to create. It's not forcing. It's this being very mindful of pace and time and the natural flow and giving yourself over to nature and aligning with that timing. Knowing that you've connected to some deep source that's going to create a tsunami in the world, and you're going to ride it, and everybody else is going to ride with you. Whee! It's going to go like a big wave, and you'll bring a bunch of surfers with you. You won't feel like you've had to do anything. What does the source have to do? It's already making everything. You see? So we must get out of the mentality that others or life or everything we see and experience is happening to us and we are victims. No, we're creators. But you can't iron out the rough waters with a flat iron. You have to go deep to find that stillness and find yourself becoming very relaxed and connect to the deepest secret that creates a tidal wave in this world without much effort at all. And you learn to ride those cycles over and over and over again. It's no secret at all. It's fun after you figure it out. My name is Ryan Hebert. I hope you enjoyed these insights. I hope they encourage you. My name, I already told you my name. Check out my blog. It's called mymorningmotivator.com. Thank you.